Hey everyone, ready to dive in. Today we're tackling the WTM Global Travel Report for 2024. It's packed with all the latest trends and what's going on in travel. We're talking some pretty wild stuff, record spending, but also rising costs, this whole sustainability shift. And the experience economy is, well, exploding. So are you ready to see what the future of travel looks like? Let's go.
This report, it really shows how travel is changing. Like right now, it's not just about recovering from the pandemic. It's something bigger, like a total shift in what travelers want and how we even approach travel.
Totally. It's like travel 2.0 or something.
Yeah.
First up, get this. Global travel is booming. We're not just talking a little bounce back here. We're talking record-breaking numbers. In 2024, we're expecting to hit 1.5 billion international overnight arrivals. And by 2030, hold on to your hats, because that number is going to jump to 2 billion. That's more people exploring the world than ever before.
And what's cool? This growth, it's not just for the people who could always afford to travel. The traveling class, those with the means and the desire to explore, it's growing rapidly, especially in those emerging markets.
hmm
By 2030, get this, almost 25% of the global population will be part of this group.
Wow. So it's not just a luxury for a few anymore. Travel is becoming accessible to, everyone. But, okay, here's the thing. All this travel excitement, it comes with a price tag, and not a small one. Even with costs going up everywhere, labor shortages, those supplier costs, travel is taking up a bigger chunk of our budgets.
Yeah, and airfares.
Hmm.
Definitely not immune to this. We had a whole decade of decreasing airfares, but buckle up because they're projected to jump by 10% between now and 2030.
Yikes, that's a big jump. So how is the travel industry handling all of this? People wanting to travel more, but everything costing more.
Well, the report points to a few big trends that are changing things, like the whole experience economy thing, plus the push for sustainable and regenerative tourism, and of course, technology. Always got to factor that in.
Yeah, tech is everywhere. Okay, let's start with the experience economy. What exactly does that even mean?
It's like travelers don't just want to see the sights anymore. It's about, well, experiencing something truly unique and memorable. Less tourist trap and more hidden gem.
Yeah, like getting off the beaten path.
Exactly. And this is especially true for the younger generations. Gen Z and millennials, they're all about collecting experiences. It's about the story, not just the selfie.
So true. It's about creating those brag-worthy travel moments. And the report says this is fueling a whole new kind of travel. Think like volcano boarding in Nicaragua,
Yes.
or cage diving with sharks in South Africa, or even finding that quirky Airbnb where you live like a local.
And that desire for authentic experiences, it's pushing the industry to get creative. They're curating personalized trips, partnering with local communities, even using technology to create really immersive experiences. It's about going beyond those typical tourist traps.
I love that. Okay, but what about sustainability? Is that still just a buzzword, or are people actually caring about it?
Well, the report says it's definitely more than just a buzzword. Almost two-thirds of travelers recognize the impact of travel on the environment.
So it's becoming a major factor in how people choose where to go.
Right. And sustainable and regenerative tourism, it's booming, projected to be worth over $11 trillion by 2034.
Whoa, that's huge. But are people buying into it, or are companies just slapping eco-friendly labels on everything?
Well, there's definitely some skepticism out there. The report says 75% of consumers are worried about greenwashing, where companies talk a big game but don't actually do much.
So there's this push for transparency and real action from the industry.
Okay.
And then there's technology, which, let's be honest, impacts everything. I mean, we're all glued to our phones, even on vacation, right?
Definitely. The report found that a quarter of travelers are constantly connected. And for Gen Z, that number jumps to over 30%.
Wow, Gen Z can't live without their phones. But it's not just about social media, right? Technology is changing how we travel in so many ways.
Absolutely. From using AI to plan trips like with ChatGPT, to hotels using tech for things like dynamic pricing and analyzing guest behavior.
So tech is affecting both travelers and the industry itself.
Yeah, and one really cool example is biometrics. It's becoming more common for smoother and more secure travel. And get this, 98% of airlines are already using it.
So it's not just a futuristic concept anymore, it's happening now. Okay, so we've got travel booming, costs rising, experiences are everything, sustainability is a must, and tech is everywhere. Let's break it down and see how these trends are playing out in different parts of the industry. Let's start with accommodation. Global spending is up 24% since 2019. And over the next decade. Hold on, because it's projected to grow by 63%.
That's massive. And a lot of it is being driven by lifestyle brands and soft brands, which basically means hotels are getting more personalized. They're offering these like immersive experiences. And of course, short-term rentals like Airbnb are still huge. They make up 20% of all tourism nights in Europe.
That's a lot.
But it's not just about fancy hotels and apartments. Camping and caravanning are also becoming really popular.
So people want choices, and they're getting them. They want options that fit their style and their budget.
Exactly. It's about diversity in the accommodation scene.
And speaking of diversity, what about what we're actually doing once we get to these places?
Right. That brings us to experiences. And this is where cultural tourism is having a major moment. Think about immersing yourself in the heart of a destination. The food, the music, even just talking to the locals. It's about going deeper than the surface.
Sounds like travel is a story, not just a checklist.
Exactly. And the report says this trend is only getting bigger. By 2032, cultural tourism is expected to be worth over $17 billion.
Oh, wow, that's incredible. So are mega events still a thing?
They are. The report talks about the return of mega events like global sporting competitions and international festivals. They might not cause a huge spike in visitors during the event itself, but they have this lasting impact, raising the profile of a destination.
It's like they plant a seed that keeps growing.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of excitement, we can't forget adventure tourism. Both soft and hard adventure options are, exploding right now.
So whether you're into hiking or jumping out of planes, there's something for you.
Absolutely. And if you want a more, shall we say, refined adventure, the report talks about this really interesting trend, the comeback of luxury train travel. New routes are popping up everywhere, bringing back that classic romance.
It's like stepping back in time and savoring the journey.
Exactly. But what about cruising? Those giant ships seem to be everywhere these days.
Yeah, are those still popular?
They are. Cruising is booming. But there's a twist. While the industry is focused on building those megaships, travelers are actually showing a preference for smaller vessels, those carrying under 3,000 passengers.
So even in cruising, people are looking for a more personalized experience.
It seems that way.
Okay, what about airlines? Anything interesting happening there?
Well, the report says airlines are having some trouble with their loyalty programs.
Really? Why is that?
It seems travelers are becoming less brand loyal, especially as we all become more price conscious.
Makes sense. We're all looking for the best deals.
Right. And speaking of getting the most bang for your buck, the report highlights premium economy as a sweet spot for a lot of travelers. It's that balance between affordability and comfort.
It's like the best of both worlds.
Exactly. And that's why airlines are expanding this cabin class so rapidly.
So they're adapting to how we travel, which is great. Okay, we've covered a lot here. Booming travel, rising costs, the experience economy, sustainability, and the ever-present technology. But what does it all mean for our listeners?
The big takeaway is that travel is constantly evolving. It's exciting and full of opportunity. But to really thrive in this changing world, you need to stay informed.
And be willing to adapt.
Exactly. The trends we've discussed show how important it is to be flexible, open to new experiences, and willing to use technology.
It's not just about booking a flight and hotel anymore.
Right. Travelers want more personalized, authentic, and sustainable experiences. And they're using technology to find and book those experiences.
So how can our listeners use these insights to create their own travel success stories?
Well, first and foremost, embrace the experience economy. Don't just travel to see the sights. Seek out those experiences that really speak to you.
Like, what are you passionate about?
Exactly. Build your trip around those passions.
And remember, you're not limited to traditional hotels. Think about those alternative accommodations.
Short-term rentals, camping, even unique stays like tree houses or yurts.
Those can often be more authentic and affordable.
And they can add a whole other level of adventure to your trip.
And don't forget about sustainability. It's not just a trend, it's a responsibility. Look for travel providers and destinations that are genuinely committed to it.
Don't be afraid to ask questions about their environmental practices.
And look for certifications that back up their claims.
Right. Sustainable travel isn't just about protecting the planet. It's also about supporting local communities.
And making sure that tourism benefits everyone involved.
Absolutely. And remember, technology can be a powerful tool for sustainable travel.
There are apps and platforms that can help you find eco-friendly options.
For accommodations, transportation, even tours and activities.
Speaking of technology, it can do so much more than just booking flights. Use those AI-powered platforms to research destinations.
Compare prices, uncover hidden gems.
and even create personalized itineraries that fit your travel style,
Technology can be your ultimate travel companion.
helping you plan a more efficient, enjoyable, and informed trip.
And don't forget about the power of human connection.
Engaging with local communities can really enrich your travel experience.
Think about taking a cooking class with a local chef, or going on a tour led by someone who knows the area inside and out.
Or even just striking up conversations with people you meet.
It's those authentic interactions that often create the most lasting memories.
It's all about immersing yourself in the culture
Absolutely. And the report also highlighted the rise of slow travel.
and the growing appeal of train journeys.
Maybe swap that short-haul flight for a scenic train ride.
You'll get to enjoy the scenery, connect with fellow passengers.
And arrive at your destination feeling relaxed and refreshed.
I love that idea. Now, the report also had a lot of insights about specific regions,
Yeah, it dives deep into regional travel trends.
so you can tailor your plans accordingly.
For example, if you're all about cultural tourism, Southeast Asia and parts of Europe are really hot right now.
And if adventure's your thing, then Africa and South America are calling.
It's like having a personalized travel guide.
One last takeaway that really resonated with me is the importance of personalization. Travel is no longer one size fits all.
People want curated adventures that cater to their specific interests.
And this is where technology can be really helpful.
We're seeing the rise of platforms that let travelers create custom itineraries
Connect with local experts.
and get personalized recommendations based on their travel style.
So if you're feeling overwhelmed by all the travel information out there, don't worry, there are tools and resources that can help.
You can create the perfect trip tailored just for you.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive into the WTM Global Travel Report. We've seen how travel is evolving, what trends are shaping the future, and how you can use this knowledge to create your own amazing adventures. But as we wrap up, let's leave you with a thought-provoking question. With technology advancing so quickly, what role will AI and virtual reality play in travel?
Will we be taking virtual vacations from our living rooms? Or will technology just enhance our real-world experiences?
It's a really interesting question to think about.
Imagine experiencing the thrill of climbing Mount Everest through virtual reality.
Or exploring the Amazon rainforest.
The possibilities are endless.
But it also makes you wonder, will these virtual experiences ever really replace real travel?
Will they ever be able to replicate those tangible sensations, the unexpected encounters, the deep sense of connection?
It's a tough one. Virtual reality can be incredibly immersive, but can it really replicate the feeling of the sun on your skin, or the taste of exotic foods, or the thrill of spontaneous conversations with locals?
Maybe technology won't replace travel, but transform it. We might see a hybrid approach, where virtual and physical experiences complement each other,
Like using VR to preview destinations,
or plan itineraries.
or even learn some basic phrases in another language.
It's like getting a sneak peek before the real deal,
And who knows, maybe VR can even help us travel more sustainably,
by reducing the need for long flights.
or promoting off-the-beaten-path destinations.
It's exciting to think about how technology can empower us to be more conscious travelers.
More connected travelers.
Maybe VR can even help foster empathy and understanding between cultures.
Help us break down barriers and become true citizens of the world.
That's a beautiful thought.
At the end of the day, the future of travel is in our hands. It's about how we use technology, how we embrace sustainability, and how we create travel experiences that are both personally fulfilling and beneficial to the world around us.
The WTM Global Travel Report has given us a really valuable look at the future of travel, the trends, the challenges, the possibilities.
Now it's up to us to decide what kind of future we want to create,
So keep exploring, keep questioning.
and keep an eye on those emerging technologies.
The journey ahead is full of possibilities.
And if you want to dive deeper into these trends, check out the full WTM Global Travel Report. It's packed with data, analysis, and thought-provoking ideas.
It'll definitely fuel your wanderlust.
Happy travels, everyone.
Happy travels.
Until next time, keep diving deep and keep those explorer hats on.
Yeah.
So many options. Like, it's amazing how accommodation has evolved.
Right. It's not just about finding a place to sleep anymore. It's about finding the right vibe, the right experience for your trip.
Totally. Okay, but let's move on to what we actually do on these trips. Once we've found that perfect hotel or Airbnb.
Right. And that brings us to the world of experiences. This is where cultural tourism is, like, really shining. It's about immersing yourself in the heart of a place. The food, the music.
Oh yeah, food is such a huge part of travel for me.
Me too. And the report actually mentions food and drink specifically. It's a huge driver of cultural tourism.
Makes sense. Trying new foods is one of the best ways to experience a new culture.
Totally. And it's not just about food, of course. It's also about the arts, history, connecting with locals.
It's like you said earlier, it's about the story, not
Yep,
just the selfie.
exactly. And the report predicts this trend is only going to get bigger. By 2032, cultural tourism is expected to be worth over $17 billion. dollars.
Wow, that's a lot of cultural experiences.
It is. And it's not just about individual travelers either. The report also talks about mega events like those global sporting
Oh
competitions.
yeah, like the Olympics or the World Cup.
Exactly. And while those events might not bring a ton of visitors during the event itself, they have this lasting impact on a destination. They raise its profile, attract new visitors later on.
It's like a long-term investment.
Yeah, exactly. They create a buzz that keeps going.
Okay, what about adventure tourism? Is that still a thing?
Oh, absolutely. The report found that both soft and hard adventure options are booming.
So there's something for everyone, from hiking to like bungee jumping.
Exactly. It caters to all those different thrill-seeking levels.
So if you're looking for an adrenaline rush, adventure tourism is where it's at.
Right. And if you're looking for a more, let's say, refined adventure, the report talks about this fascinating trend, the resurgence of luxury train travel.
Oh wow, like those classic train journeys.
Exactly. We're seeing new routes popping up all over the world, bringing back that romance and nostalgia of the Orient
That
Express.
sounds amazing. It's like traveling in style and comfort.
It is. It's a testament to the appeal of slow travel, where the journey itself is as much a part of the experience as the destination.
I love that. Okay, but what about cruising? Those massive cruise ships seem to be everywhere these days.
They are. Cruising is definitely booming. But there's an interesting twist. While the industry is focused on building those mega ships, the report actually shows a growing preference for smaller vessels, those carrying under 3,000 passengers.
So even in cruising, people are looking for a more intimate experience.
It seems that way. They want to feel like they're on a journey, not just a floating city.
I get that. Okay, what about airlines? Anything new happening in the world of air travel?
Well, the report highlights this interesting challenge that airlines are facing. They're having some trouble with their loyalty programs.
Really? Why is that?
It seems travelers are becoming less brand loyal these days, especially as we all get more price conscious.
Makes sense. We're all looking for the best deals.
Exactly. We're shopping around more, comparing prices.
So it's less about the points and more about the price tag.
It seems that way. And speaking of getting the most value for your money, the report points to premium economy as a sweet spot for many travelers.
Oh, yeah. I've heard good things about premium economy.
It's like that perfect middle ground between economy and business class.
More comfortable than economy, but not as expensive as business.
Exactly. It gives you that extra leg room, some perks, without breaking the bank.
No wonder airlines are expanding this cabin class so rapidly.
They're adapting to how we travel, which is great to see.
So we've covered a lot of ground here, from booming travel numbers to changing tastes and the impact of technology. But what does it all mean for our listeners? What are the key takeaways they can use to plan their next adventure?
Well, the big takeaway is that travel is in a constant state of flux. It's dynamic, it's exciting, and it's full of opportunities.
But to really thrive in this ever-changing world, you need to stay informed.
And be adaptable.
Exactly. Be open to new experiences, embrace technology.
The days of simply booking a flight and hotel are fading fast. Travelers want more. They want those personalized, authentic experiences.
And they're using technology to find and book those experiences.
So how can our listeners create their own travel success stories?
Well, it all starts with embracing that experience economy, right?
Yeah. Don't just travel to see the sights. Seek out those experiences that, really speak to you.
Think about what you're passionate about, whether it's food, history, nature, whatever.
Build your trip around those passions.
And remember, you don't have to limit yourself to those traditional hotels. Think outside the box,
Consider those alternative accommodations.
like short-term rentals, camping, maybe even a stay in a treehouse or a yurt.
Those options can often be more authentic.
And more affordable, too.
Plus, they can add a whole new level of adventure to your trip.
I love that.
Wow.
Okay, and we can't forget about sustainability. It's more than just a trend, it's a responsibility.
Absolutely. Look for travel providers and destinations that are actually committed to it.
Don't be afraid to ask questions. Look for those certifications that back up their claims.
Right, because sustainable travel isn't just about protecting the planet. It's about supporting local communities, too.
and making sure that tourism benefits everyone.
Exactly. And remember, technology can be a huge help with sustainable travel.
There are so many apps and platforms out there that can help you find eco-friendly options for everything.
Accommodations, transportation, even tours and activities.
It's amazing what technology can do these days. And speaking of technology, it's not just about booking flights or scrolling through Instagram. Use those AI-powered platforms to research destinations, compare prices,
Uncover those hidden gems.
and create those personalized itineraries that fit your travel style.
Technology can truly be your ultimate travel companion.
It can help you plan a more efficient, enjoyable, and informed trip.
And don't underestimate the power of human connection.
Yeah, engaging with local communities can add so much to your travel experience.
Think about taking a cooking class with a local chef, or signing up for a tour led by someone who really knows the area.
Or even just striking up conversations with the people you meet along the way.
It's those authentic interactions that often create the most memorable moments.
It's all about getting off the beaten path, immersing yourself in the culture.
Exactly. And the report also highlighted the rise of slow travel.
That's becoming really popular, isn't it?
It is. And the growing appeal of train journeys.
Maybe consider swapping that short-haul flight for a scenic train ride.
You'll get to enjoy the scenery, relax, connect with fellow passengers.
And you'll arrive at your destination feeling refreshed and ready to explore.
Plus, it's often a more sustainable way to travel.
That's a great point. And speaking of sustainability, the report had some interesting insights about regional trends.
Right. It dives deep into specific areas so you can really tailor your plans.
For example, if you're all about cultural tourism,
Southeast Asia and parts of Europe are really hot right now.
and if adventure is more your thing, then Africa and South America are calling your name.
It's like having a personalized travel guide based on the latest trends.
I love that. One last takeaway that really stood out to me was the importance of personalization. Travel isn't one size fits all anymore.
People want those curated adventures that cater to their specific interests.
And that's where technology comes in again.
You're seeing more and more platforms that let travelers create custom itineraries.
Connect with local experts, get personalized recommendations.
It's all about finding the perfect trip for you.
So if you're feeling overwhelmed by all the information out there,
Yeah.
don't worry, there are tools and resources that can help.
You can create that dream trip tailored to your unique interests and style.
So we've covered a lot of ground today, from booming travel numbers to the rise of the experience economy, sustainability, the impact of technology, and the importance of personalization. It's clear that the travel industry is evolving rapidly.
And it's exciting to be a part of this evolution.
Absolutely. But as we wrap up this deep dive into the WTM Global Travel Report, I want to leave you with a thought-provoking question. What role will AI and virtual reality play in the future of travel?
Will we be taking virtual vacations from our living rooms, or will technology simply enhance our real-world experiences?
That's a fascinating question to consider.
Imagine climbing Mount Everest or exploring the Amazon rainforest through virtual reality.
The possibilities seem endless.
Hmm.
But it also makes you wonder, will those virtual experiences ever truly replace real travel?
Will they ever be able to replicate the feeling of the sun on your skin, the taste of exotic foods, the unexpected encounters?
It's a tough one. Virtual reality can be incredibly immersive, but can it really capture the essence of being there?
Maybe technology won't replace travel, but transform it.
Yeah, maybe we'll see a hybrid approach, where virtual and physical experiences complement each other.
Imagine using VR to preview destinations, plan itineraries.
Or even learn a few basic phrases in another language.
It's like getting a sneak peek before the real adventure.
And who knows, maybe VR can even help us travel more sustainably,
By reducing the need for long flights.
or promoting those off-the-beaten-path destinations.
It's exciting to think about how technology can make us more conscious travelers.
More connected travelers.
Maybe VR can even help us break down barriers between cultures.
Foster empathy and understanding. Help us become true citizens of the world.
It's a beautiful thought.
At the end of the day, the future of travel is in our hands. It's about how we choose to use technology, how we embrace sustainability, and how we create travel experiences that are both personally fulfilling and beneficial to the world around us.
The WTM Global Travel Report has given us a glimpse into what's possible.
The trends, the challenges, the opportunities.
Now it's up to us to decide what kind of future we want to create.
So keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep an eye on those emerging technologies.
The journey is full of possibilities.
And if you're hungry for more insights, Be sure to check out the full WTM Global Travel Report. It's packed with data, analysis, and inspiration for your next adventure. Happy travels, everyone.
Happy travels.
And until next time, keep diving deep and keep those explorer hats on.
Thank you for joining us on this journey through the future of travel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more insights and updates. Visit Tourism, Capturing the Scene of Knowledge, a comprehensive website delivering the latest travel trends and innovations. Accelerate your mastery of the tourism industry, all in one place. Navigate through a vast showcase of comprehensive business-oriented tourism content, 99% pure industry intelligence, and 1% academic, curated for discerning professionals. Why subscribe to Tourism? Capturing the Scene of Knowledge. Make informed decisions. Instantly access key reports and insights from top sources across the tourism industry. No research required. All in one place. Why split your attention? A single subscription gives you easy access to thousands of reports, videos, and infographics just as effortlessly as watching a 30-second ad. Save time with curated searches. Time is money. Let our subscription save you both by delivering valuable insights directly without the endless search. Until next time, happy travels.